going on, guys? I'm noahkevinart, and today I'm going to show you 5 awesome tips and tricks using the iPad on Procreate. Alright, so these tips will seriously help you with your drawing. Like, they're super helpful and they're just sometimes fun to use. Well, without further ado, let's get to it.
Alright, tip 1. So, the first tip I'd like to talk about is AlphaLock. AlphaLock is a simple little tool that I use every time I draw something. Alright, so let's just draw a little circle. Let's say blue because that's what I already have. Hold, tap. Alright, so you see here, I'm going to do that right there because to fill it, right? If we did not have that there, it would fill the entire screen. So now we have that filled in. Go to your layers and then click right here, just anywhere on this layer you want to select. And then right here it says AlphaLock. You just tap that right there and you got AlphaLock. You cannot draw anywhere on here except for here. See, if we were to pick a different color, you could draw on here, but nowhere else. So that can be helpful for coloring, right? Alright, so let's pick purple. Alright, and then you can use any brush, but I'll be using the medium nozzle for shading. And then we'll just make that down a little bit. Alright, so as you can see, I am just nicely shading this. Make it maybe a little bit darker. Just right down here. Alright, yeah, that looks nice. Alright, so you have your nice little circle here. It's shaded. This is a little lighter. There we go. Alright, so I think that looks real nice. So as you can see, it makes for some nice shading for just like a simple circle you have. Alright, so tip 2. The second tip I would like to talk about is Gaussian Blur. Alright, so this is a pretty simple one you can use. So there's many different ways you can use Gaussian Blur. Right there. Alright, so we have that color. So you could just take the smudge tool, right, and you could blend it. And that works, right? I guess it sort of works. But what you could also do is you can just go right here, this little wand icon here, click on it, and you select Gaussian Blur. Alright, so now if you don't have it on AlphaLock, it'll be all smudgy like so. But what you can do is, in the last tip, you can just click AlphaLock, and then it'll only smudge in between the lines. Like that, and then, yeah, it's smudged now. So it looks real nice, and that's also good if you're trying to do some shading and you just want it to look a little nicer. You can completely, or even just a little bit, right? If you still want that, yeah. So that is my second tip. Alright, tip 3. The third tip I would like to talk about is this one right here, clone. This one is so much fun to use. Okay, let's just draw a little squiggly line here, right? You got your squiggly line. Alright, you go to this little wand icon again where we went for Gaussian Blur, but instead you go way down here and click clone. Alright, so you have this little circle here you can move around, and if you move it here, you can draw, oh, look at that. We have the exact copy of our line. Alright, so basically what this does is you can click anywhere and it'll redraw it, but wherever you wanted it to be. This is super helpful if you have like a nice little forest scene and it takes too long to draw a couple trees, so you just draw one tree and then you just clone it wherever you want it to be. Alright, tip 4. This one is super fun to use. I don't use it on a daily basis, but when I do, it's lots of fun. Alright, you go back to this wand icon, and instead of clicking all those, you go one up from clone and click Liquify. Alright, so now it doesn't do anything because my layer is empty. It's a cool color. Nice little head, and do that. So, have your colors right here. Let us go right back here and click Liquify, and you have all these little tools here. So you can select push, and there you can push it around, and you can select the size. You can just push a little bit, or you can make it mega and push a lot of it. This can be helpful if you want, like, I don't know, move that down and make some cool effects. It can make some real cool effects, like here looks a little bit like marbles. I think that looks really cool. You can make some cool wallpapers that way. And let's go back to this. Alright, and then there's a twirl. This one twirls it nicely if you make it big. That can also make a cool marble effect, or mixed wet paint. And then you can go twirl left, that'll twirl the other way. And then there's the pinch, which will make it all smaller, or the expand, which will make it all bigger. And the crystals, this one can make it look cool. That does that, do that. And then the reconstruct reconstructs everything. That's pretty fun to watch. And then, yeah. So that's that one. Super fun to use. Alright, tip 5. The final tip. Alright, you go over here, and you go to Preferences, right over here. It's the second last one. And then you click Gesture Controls. This is super great for customizing your controls and how you would like it to be. Alright, so there's a whole lot of things you can customize to your liking. They're super cool. Another cool thing is you can go to copy and paste, and then right here it says 3-finger swipe. Alright, so I have that enabled, and then you swipe down with 3 fingers, and you have you have the cut, copy, copy all, and copy and paste. Alright, so let's say you have a nice little blue circle here. Swipe down with 3 fingers, copy and paste, and boom, now you have 2 circles. So that can be super helpful. Yeah. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. This is a quick little drawing I did of Ganondorf using all the tools we talked about. Please consider subscribing, and hey, maybe even click that like button.